Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Alright, does this game... Yeah, this game does. Controller. Alright. So we got another game in Australia. We just played Paper Park. Stone Boy lived with Hideaway Tom, his father. It's a side-scroller. Years before, when Stone Boy's mother had died. Wait, what? Mother had died, he had left Adelaide and gone to live like a hermit by the sea. Hey, Brambles. The only other man who lived anywhere near them was Fingerbone Bill, the Aboriginal. At first, Hideaway was afraid that Stone Boy would get lost, and so Hideaway looked for a landmark. One day, he found a big piece of timber laying with the driftwood on the beach. There, said Hideaway. Now you'll always have a lookout post. You'll be able to see it far up the beach and you won't get lost. Some distance from the place where Hideaway and Fingerbone had built the humpies, the whole stretch of the coral and the land around it had been turned into a sanctuary. In the early morning, the tall birds stood up and clapped and cheered the rising sun. Stone Boy felt the excitement and wonder of it. He often sat at the shore all day with his knees up and his chin cupped in his hands. Sometimes he wished he'd been born an ibis or a pelican. His father's voice roused him as he ran down to the beach to help dig up a bag full of cockles for his own tea. Let me just make sure. How's the sound sounding like? Might turn the game sound down a little bit. Hey, Path. $100 cockles is the limit per person. Find as many as you can. Oh, interesting. It was alright. I'm dealing with I had lip surgery. I had a mass removed from the inside of my lip on Thursday, so it's been it's mostly healed now. It's getting there, but I was kind of out. Cockles, that's what we're collecting right now. I was kind of out for a bit, so we were running reruns of Dark Souls 1 from back in 2018. I'm just glad they were able to get it out. This is a lot of cockles. Hey, we got an achievement. Could have been worse. It could have been doing Thanksgiving, right? wonder if there's actually 100 here. It doesn't look like it. We might get 50. Well, this is actually a bigger beach than I thought it was, so maybe we'll get up to 100. Socially drained from your son's B-Day. Yeah, I saw the Minecraft decorations. Look pretty snazzy. But yeah, socially drained, I get that. We're gonna dig them all up, cause we being greedy, I guess. $76. How far does this go? Okay, we're getting close. It's probably 100 exactly. Yeah, here we go. Found all 100 cockles. Alright, so we had the pop-up over this way too. Daydreams like this can last as long as you like. Oh, cool. This is cool. Alright, is there an achievement for flight? Like for a certain amount of time? Before we move on. Okay, I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There it is. When Stormboy went walking along the beach, or over the sand hills, or in the sanctuary, the birds were not afraid. They knew he was a friend. Hello, Mrs. Penguin, said Stormboy each day. How are your bits of thistledown today? But sometimes, Stormboy saw things that made him sad. In spite of the warnings and notices, people hurt the birds. Uh-oh. One morning, Stormboy found everything in an uproar and confusion. He heard a faint rustling and crying, and there under the sticks and grass of the broken nests were 3 tiny pelicans, still alive. Stormboy picked them up and carefully hurried back with them. So we're going the wrong way. 2 of the baby pelicans were fairly strong, but the 3rd was desperately sick. It was 3 days before the baby pelican was well enough to sit up and ask for food. And that was how Mr. Proud, Mr. Ponder, and Mr. Percival came to live with Stormboy. Greedy pelicans will just keep eating fish. There we go. Hey, you fish magnet. At last, Hideaway spoke sternly to Stormboy. Mr. Proud, Mr. Ponder, and Mr. Percival will have to go back to the sanctuary where they came from. We can't afford to feed them anymore. I don't think I'm doing Australian... Oops. Continue. I didn't mean to back out there. Time for respectable pelicans to get their own breakfast. Time for respectable pelicans to get their own breakfast, Hideaway grumbled, instead of begging from their friends. And as time went on, he really meant what he said. Stormboy was sad, but he always knew when his father had made up his mind. "Yes, Dad," he said. Hideaway sailed for 5 miles up the sanctuary before he stopped the boat. "Off you go," he said. "Now you'll have to look after yourselves." Hideaway and Stormboy spent the day fishing. It was fine and sunny and seemed perfect outside. "Mr. Percival! It's Mr. Percival! Mr. Percival has come back home." Aww. Ever since the miracle of Mr. Percival's rescue, he had been Stormboy's favorite. Stormboy often had fun on the beach with Mr. Percival. Oops. That kid can hold his breath. Oops. That kid's a good swimmer. Huh. See all those flashes? This is called Stormboy. Oops. Wonder how long we can be underwater for. This is basically another story set in Australia. So it's I don't think it has wombats in this one, but I saw the pattern. How long can this kid be underwater? Alright, cool. Oh, we get to draw. Draw on the sand. If you make a mistake or start again, the waves will wash your drawing away. Click on the button at the top of the screen to wash away your drawing. It's a wombat. Of doom. There we go. Nice. I wonder where the deepest part of the ocean is. Yes. It's based on a book. I like that it stays. Whenever he threw the ball or some smooth pebble, a sea urchin, or an old fishing reel, Mr. Percival snapped it up and brought it back. Had a feeling, I guess I know how it ends then. We had to read it in school. Oh, interesting. Nice. Stone Boy went swimming, or sliding down the sand hills, or playing on the sand. Mr. Percival found a good spot nearby and perched there heavily to watch and wait until it was over. Whoa. This reminds me of that ski game where the robot will eat you or the Yeti will eat you. This looks like fun. A never-ending hill. Yeah, ski free, yep. That's the one. One day, as Hideaway was watching them play, he had an idea. If he can bring things back to you, perhaps he can carry things away too. It was the year of the great storms. They began in May, even before the winter had started. Interesting. In the darkness of early morning, Stormboy suddenly awoke with Hideaway's voice in his ears. "It's a wreck," Hideaway said. "A shipwreck on the shore." "A shipwreck on the shore." Oops. "Look at them," Stormboy yelled. "We must help them. They'll be drowned." "How can we help?" said his father. "They're too far. We can't throw them in the line. It's too far." Stormboy gave a great shout. "Mr. Percival! Mr. Percival is the one to do it. He can fly." Mr. Percival needs to fly over the sailor's boat and give the rope. That's a long-ass rope. Oops. So we have to keep him in screen, I guess? Yeah. So we have to fight the winds and keep them in the middle of screen. Oh my. Let's see if the mouse is easier. Nope. Oh wait, that's because it's this. It's A and D. I can just do this. You've done it! Stormboy, Hideaway, and Fingerbone chatted together as Mr. Percival landed on the beach. "You're a good, brave, clever pelican." Between them and all, they slowly hauled the captain ashore and dragged him, pale and half-drowned, onto the beach. "Saved," he kept saying weakly. "Saved by a miracle and a pelican." "You're a big, wonderful bird," he said, and looked up at Hideaway. "When he dies, you must send him to the museum. We'll put a label on the case, 'The Pelican that saved 6 men's lives.'" Hideaway looked around quickly. He was glad Stormboy hadn't heard the captain's words. Wow. The first thing he says is, "When he's dead, you should put him in the museum." For the rest of the year, everyone was happy. The storms went back to the cold south. The sun warmed the sandhills, and spring ran over the countryside with new leaves and little bush buds. Before long, the open season for duck shooting came around again. Uh-oh. From the start, Mr. Percival hated the shooters. He harried them whenever he could. Sometimes he just sat staring at them rudely until they grew impatient and chased him away. But most of all, he flew round and round their hiding places in wide circles like a cumbersome old aeroplane on patrol. Before long, the ducks understood Mr. Percival's warnings and kept away. The shooters grew angrier and angrier. That's not good. And so it went on until one terrible morning in February. Shit. No, no. His voice was drowned by the roar of the gun. "In the world," Hideaway said sadly, "there will always be men who are cruel. Just as there will always be men who are lazy and stupid and wise. Excuse me, oh kind. Today you've seen what cruel and stupid men can do. And at 9 o'clock, Mr. Percival died. Rip. Mr. Percival, Stormboy whispered, "You're the best friend. The best friend I ever had." F's in chat, and always above them in their mind's eye, they can see the shape of two big wings in the storm clouds, and the flying scud two wings of white with trailing black edges spread across the sky. For birds like Mr. Percival do not really die. Is that the whole game? We're getting higher. Yeah, that was the whole game. Yay. Hero left the pelican from the movie made about the book retired to the Adelaide Zoo, so that's a happy ending, I guess. I guess. There's Mr. Percival. I think we get an achievement for playing every game in memories. Just looked at this team similar to games, you know, Balloons, Tower Defense, 6, Slime Rancher, Steam, Steamless, and it's time we talked about your drinking, right? So, have all three pelicans get angry during the feeding game. Is achievement. I don't know how to make them mad. Try that again. I just have to keyboard it. Alright. One more. Cool, we got that one. Hey, Fox. Storm Boy. Adventurists. Ride your raft towards the boats in the distance. Once you reach the barrier, jump in the water and swim to the bottom. Cool. I feel like we did do that. Oops. Okay, so it was. And then the fish one. What about that one? And you have the part when you feed the pelicans, make each to do this, keep feeding one bird until the other two get mad and shake their heads. There we go. So I think that's full achievements. Yep. We 100%ed it. Wow. I mean, I'll take it, I guess. GG. Yeah. So, that's it for this game. I do have another one on deck, though. I had a feeling this one might be quick. So, what we'll do is we're gonna end this stream, and then we'll pop back in with another one. So I actually, these were just on my, my stream, my Steam list from, I guess, group games. I think Stormboy actually looked interesting from like a trailer or something, so I bought it. I didn't realize it was so short or that it was a kid's game, but beautiful artwork. I really liked it. It was kind of like a children's storybook, kind of just made into a game, right? With like some small games within it. Yeah, it's done. I just finished. It's that one's a good one for your kids, Trell. I had no idea. So, I guess we're doing the Trell thing where we're banging out games to up our stats. So, let's mark that as complete in backloggery, though. The Wombat game was pretty close, too. Or was pretty quick as well. Although the Wombat game had a little bit longer content. So wait, that was a Steam game. Storm. Boy. We'll mark that as completed and save. Hey Trell, and good night. So the next game we're going to be playing is called What Never Was, and that is going to be a little bit longer. So we'll be right back with that. I'm going to end the stream so that way we've got a clean cutoff for this one. We'll start back up with What Never Was. So stick around, everyone. We'll be right back.